Coming up on 1029 here, thanks for staying with us. We told you about a persistent problem in Astoria Park that has residents at their wits' end. Very loud ATVs at all hours of the night disrupting the neighborhood. Well, it turns out Queens isn't the only borough complaining about the noise. This video coming from the Belt Parkway. Tonight, Brooklyn residents are saying enough is enough. Angie Gonzalez is live in Bay Ridge with more for us tonight. Angie.
Yeah, Lewis, both of those stories come down to one thing, and that's noise pollution. But the situation here is a little bit different than Astoria in that while we were here, we noticed that there was some stepped up NYPD enforcement. We did catch a few vehicles that were louder than normal, but you may remember from earlier in the week when we were in Astoria, it was quite loud. And speaking of that story in Astoria, the NYPD took notice and they are stepping up enforcement. New York City is a vibrant place, and it can get loud. But for some Bay Ridge residents, there's a limit to how much noise they can take. Lately, they say there's no shortage of motorcycles and souped-up cars with modified mufflers cruising through the neighborhood.
It's loud and noisy.
Here around the park, it's constant. There's teenagers who are just getting the driver license.
We caught a few vehicles that fit the bill driving along the Belt Parkway, but still within earshot of this residential neighborhood. And while cars and motorcycles are legal, Councilman Justin Brannan points out that what makes them so loud is not.
They're already illegal. The problem is that the fines are hardly prohibitive.
And Brannan has a high threshold for noise. He used to be part of a hardcore punk band. His concern is NYPD enforcement, and not just in his district. He says the problem is happening across the 5 boroughs. In Astoria, Queens, one resident captured the sound of one muffler that imitates the noise of gunshots.
A little bit of enforcement goes a long way. You know, if these guys know that what they're doing is illegal and they're going to get written up for it, it will help, and it's going to keep people safe.
His concerns are similar to those of Astoria residents we spoke to earlier this week. They believe consistent enforcement would have prevented this incident over the weekend, when more than 50 illegal ATVs and dirt bikes drove through Astoria Park. Just 2 days after our New York One story, the NYPD addressed this citywide concern at a press conference.
Another focus in the city, ATVs, dirt bikes. Listen, you use it, you're going to lose it. We've started a campaign on April 20th, and we've confiscated over 131 ATVs and dirt bikes.
But some would still argue that it's not enough. This video was captured in the Bronx April 24th, 4 days after the NYPD crackdown started. And Lewis, in both Astoria and in Bay Ridge, residents say that this issue goes beyond just the noise. What they're really concerned about is safety, those illegal ATVs and dirt bikes, the way that the riders maneuver through places when they are coming through, and also the drivers of these souped up cars and motorcycles. They say that they are driving well over the speed limit, and they're just concerned that someone will get hurt. That's the very latest from Bay Ridge. Lewis, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Angie.